Hello my lovely people, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest. It took me an arm and a leg to bring this gentleman over here. Say hello to my people.
Hi.
Oh. So in today's video we're gonna be sharing how I pronounce things or stuff in my English the way I was taught back at home, and he's gonna announcing some things the way they pronounce it over here. At times when I go to the supermarket, I go to the store, I go to the restaurants, I'm always having a problem communicating because we have totally different way of pronouncing some stuff. I'm gonna show you this one, baby. How do you pronounce this?
It's a stroller.
So they call this right here, the one you see up front there, they call it a stroller, we call it a pram. Why do you call it a stroller?
Because that's what I call it. We don't call it a pram.
Okay, so this is American English, we are taught British English. So if you go to Europe, we're used to calling them pram, not strollers. So this was funny because I remember when I was pregnant and we were looking for strollers, each and every time I will say pram and people will not understand what I was saying. The other one is this one right here. How do you call this?
The French fries.
Yeah, they call them French fries, but for us we call them chips. The British colonies we also say French fries, but chips makes it's a common word used by most people in Europe and Africa. So chips is how we call them. Then, how do you call this?
Those are chips.
So what they call chips here is totally different from what we call chips. So our chips are their French fries. Our chips,
What we call chips, y'all call crisps.
yeah. So and for us we call them crisps. The reason being they're crispy. When you eat them, they make a certain sound, so we call them crisps, but they call them chips. Where did chips come from?
Potato chips.
Potato chips. So that's how they call them. How do you call this?
Truck. 18 wheeler. Semi truck.
We call this lorry. Have you ever heard of lorry?
Yeah.
Okay, next one is, how do you call this?
Well, that is a Coca-Cola.
So here we're in Southern, right? Yeah. So the Southern, they will call it they will call it a brand like Coca-Cola, Fanta, something of the sort. But people in the Northern, they will call it pop. We call it soda. Hey, this is an interesting one. How do you call this?
They're pants.
Yes, they call these ones pants, but for us we call them trousers. Then our pants, this one right here. How do you call that?
That would be underwear.
Those are our pants. So their pants from our pants is different. Their pants are our underwears. Their underwears are our pants. That's quite funny. Okay, how do you call these ones?
Those are bell peppers.
We call them capsicums.
Okay, why?
Because that's how we are taught. Capsicums. So bell peppers, they call them capsicum. They call them bell peppers, we call them capsicums. What about?
That would be the trunk of a car.
That's not a trunk of a car. A trunk is tree or a trunk of an elephant.
Yeah, that's a tree trunk and that's an elephant's trunk. That's the trunk of the car.
We call this a boot.
A boot is what you put on your shoe.
What What you put on our shoe is called gumbo.
Or foot, not shoe, foot.
Yeah, what you put on our foot is called gumbo. Lord Jesus. How do you call that?
Bathroom.
We call it toilet or cloak rooms.
Clock or cloth?
Clock.
Clock room?
Yes.
But the clock goes on the wall.
Clock room. I know the clock goes on the wall, but it's clock room. Any reason? Does anyone know why we call toilets clock room? Please utilize the comment section below and educate me on this. So they call it bathroom or restroom, but for us we call it clock room or toilet. How do you call this?
That would be crackers or cookies, depending on what kind it is. If it's sweet, it'd be a cookie.
We call it, for us we call it biscuits. And what do you call
That's
this?
a cookie.
Now we call this cookie. So our cookies are the same, but our biscuits are not the same. So this is how American biscuits look like. So our cookies are the same, but their biscuit from our biscuits are different. So their biscuit is
A biscuit is something you bake and
Yeah.
you eat it warm.
Yeah.
You eat like eggs and sausage or eggs and
Yeah.
bacon or whatever.
and it's
all
also
with it,
yeah, and it also have like gravy. It's very savory. It's a little bit salty, savory. Let me use savory. Savory is the correct word to use. How do you call this?
Well, I mean, that is a comforter, blanket, cover, whatever you call it.
We call it duvet. How do you call that?
Those are pancakes.
Hey, yeah. So, and how do you call this?
Those are crepes, which are basically a pancake, which is really thin.
Yeah. So, in America, they have one type of pancake, and that is like the thick, fluffy one. Those are the ones they call pancakes. But the thin ones, they call them crepes. For us, the crepes over here are our pancakes. So, yeah. Pancakes and crepes for us is similar. How do you call this?
A shopping cart or a buggy.
Okay. We call this a buggy too, but mostly we are used to saying trolley. I don't know why they call it trolley. How do you call that?
Well, it's a grocery store, yeah. That's another
We
way to call it.
normally don't say grocery store. We just say supermarket. Why do you call it grocery store? And it has clothes, it has pots, pans, cups, like you can shop the entire house in the store. So why do you call it grocery store?
Because that's where I'm going to buy my groceries.
So here they call supermarket grocery stores. We call it supermarket because it contains everything. Okay, this one right here, how do you call this?
It's green onions.
We call them scallions.
It's also what they are. Yeah.
Okay, but most people don't say scallions here. They say green onions. How do you call this?
It's a sweatshirt with a hood or a hoodie.
We call it jumper.
Okay.
Jumper. And that was it. We are done. As I told you in the beginning of this video, it took me one of my hands and one of my foot to bring this special guest over here. So if there are any more videos you want me to do with him, please let me know. But it's gonna take a while before he gets back online and do this because he don't like cameras. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming to support me. I really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
And you can ask people to subscribe to my channel.
please subscribe.
Thank you so much, guys. It was nice hanging out with you. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know how you pronounce some stuff in your country. Use the comment section below. And thank you so much for coming. If you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please go ahead and hit that subscription button so that each and every time I'm uploading a video, you will be the first person to receive my content. Until next time, toodaloo! See you in my next one.